Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas and I have the pleasure of sharing frame with Padma Shri Dr. Sudeep Parekh in today's This Week. Doctor, Namaskar, welcome.
Namaskar, namaskar.
So we begin with the exciting trip of Indian External Affairs Minister, and you also met him in New York at a book launch event. Talk to me about Indo-US relationship in the light of the way Foreign Minister has connected with his American counterpart.
I think Foreign Minister has done really superb diplomacy because I think he is a very seasoned diplomat. He knows and he understands the American administration's thinking. He understands how the America thinks, why they think that way, and so forth. So I think his diplomacy overall was very successful. And I mean, he also told USA in very plain language, English, that what you are doing is that India is not appreciating it, and particularly the help aid to the Pakistan for $400 million to upgrade the F-16, because we know that F-16 is meant for India. I mean, to fight against the India. And therefore, it is not very appreciative thing. And I'm glad that he said accordingly, but he might have used some milder sentence to convey the same meaning. Because when Minister of External Affairs speaks, other administration has to take it seriously.
So I agree with you in one way, and I would also sort of relate why people are very happy in India and excited about his expression. And if I use the line, the way he said it is that by doing this you are fooling no one. So maybe that is, but he said it in a tone which was mild, and I think that is his style, which is making him very popular. But let's also hear from you when you were face to face in his presence at the book launch and that Modi at 20. What was that book about, and how did you like him sharing some personal anecdotes with Prime Minister Modi?
I think that book is about last 20 years of Prime Minister Modi's political life or political activities, mainly as a Chief Minister, 12 years in Gujarat, and last 8 years as a Prime Minister. And what he said, and I think bottom line was that whatever Modi had a vision, whatever his dream was for India and people of the India, I think he implemented most of them, and very successfully. And the people of India are now benefiting out of that vision of Prime Minister.
And I also recollect you probably also have some personal memories of interacting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and I think many people have actually written about that side of Prime Minister Modi, which is lesser known, including what Foreign Minister said. So if I may request you, though you are not one of those who have written articles in that book, but any personal anecdote from Prime Minister Modi that has stayed with you?
Yes. When he was Chief Minister, even now as a Prime Minister, I think he is very hands-on Chief Minister or hands-on Prime Minister, because when I have personal kind of experience that if any good idea comes across his table, right away he acts on that. And one day we were sitting. We were awardee of some private organization, and we went to Ahmedabad, myself and the 3 awardee, one from Australia, one from England or Africa, I don't remember correctly, and one from Canada. And we went to have courtesy visit to Chief Minister of Gujarat, Narendra Bhai Modi, that time. And one of us, particularly the Australian awardee, suggested that he is in chemical business and he can bring the chemical business to the Gujarat. So right away, Narendra Bhai picked up the phone and called the officer concerned and told him that tomorrow please help this gentleman and guide him what he can do to bring his business in the Gujarat. So that shows that he is a hands-on prime minister or hands-on chief minister, and he delivers the thing, the thing which is good or some good suggestions. He always accepts that and receives that very warmly and implements that.
Wonderful. So that dynamism is showing up in several ways for India. Let's talk briefly about the way raids were conducted for People's Foundation. What is PFI full form? I'm missing it. But this has proved to be the massive raid in several states at the same time, and it is considered an important step on the part of the government. After 22nd September, in the second raid also, some workers were picked up. Talk to me about the way you look at government machinery working in coordination, NIA leading this massive raid, finally leading to ban on PFI.
Well, I think because of the tapes or information government had, and they make sure that it is good. It is a really very good thing for government, and we should appreciate that government has taken those complaint or allegations seriously and put the whole team or whole machinery to see whether this anti-social or anti-national allegations are true or not. And I think a lot of leaders have got arrested. That shows that probably there is some prima facie evidence to that allegations, and let's now law go through its own process, and if they are guilty, they should be punished. And obviously, government has currently banned the whole organization, and so let's see. And if it is if they're prone to be guilty, then of course they should be banned and completely reject that organization from the India.
Absolutely, and what we have heard is they were also hatching a plot to remove Prime Minister Narendra Modi and several RSS and BJP leaders, and they were also involved in one blast that occurred at Patna during Prime Minister Modi's rally. And there are several other details that have come out, including how during processions of Ram Navami, this very well-oiled machinery of PFI, which was being funded from several foreign sources, and they could raise to the tune of 120 crore rupees. So there are many details that have come up. Now the question is, there are some leaders who are comparing PFI with RSS, and they are saying that if you ban this organization, you ban that organization, without getting into the nitty-gritty of what one organization stands as compared to another. Your take on this becomes very quickly a political point of view rather than looking at the threat to India's internal security.
Well, I mean, whichever organization is threat to India's internal security, or which is anti-India or anti-society activities should be investigated and should be prosecuted and punished if they are guilty.
Absolutely. So, suitably, as you said, we'll wait for more details to come out, but let's move towards Congress and the details that have come out in terms of the presidency of Congress. And earlier, it was almost appearing as certain that Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot would be the next president of Congress. The way things have unfolded, your take on the potential future of Congress?
Well, I think potential, I mean, as a party, I think Congress will kind of, even though it's very weak and very down, but it may survive a little longer because it has a lot of widespread roots in the country. But they are not in the kind of, they are very down and out kind of thing. And the election of the president of the Congress, again, let's see whether Gehlot fill out nominations and becomes president. But I think he overplayed his card when he knew that he is going to be president. There is no sense in kind of creating another crisis for no reason, you know.
Actually, his reason was he didn't want to leave his control on Rajasthan, as he didn't hide also, and he wanted that the guy who becomes next chief minister in Rajasthan should be the one that he likes. And it is very clear that he doesn't like Sachin Pilot. So there are two power centers in Rajasthan, and he managed to mobilize, say, 90 MLAs who were ready to resign, or rather offered their total support for Ashok Gehlot. So there have been a lot of rebellious voices in Congress, but looks like this seems to be very serious one, and coming from Ashok Gehlot, who was considered to be very kind of obedient type and always towing the line of Allah command. So this probably is a very interesting development so far.
No, I think, I mean, it was day before yesterday, but yesterday what I heard that most of the people, I mean, the high command is saying that Ashok Gehlot is given the clean sheet, but usually the people on the ground, they don't believe it because it's impossible to, I mean, he may not be involved or he may not have orchestrated the whole thing, but there is no way that he did not know about it, and therefore I don't know who is right and wrong, but
Yeah, that is true. We cannot.
Yeah.
We cannot.
Right, but whatever, I mean, is a Congress internal matter. So, I mean, the way it's played out was very embarrassing situation for the Congress party.
Now, moving towards the role of United Nations with respect to what we have seen happening in Russia between USSR and Ukraine, and any new insight with respect to the efforts of the international community, including the conversation that took place between India and America. Do you foresee a likely closure of this in near future? And allow me to also mention that yesterday a gas pipeline going towards Germany was sabotaged at two places, and they are pointing fingers at Russia for being the one as perpetrators, though they have no substantial evidence so far. But looks like things are moving from bad to worse.
Yes, it's going bound to, because Russia is looking for face-saving way out of this whole mess what they created, and I think Russia should not allow to, as United Nations and as our President Biden is saying, Russia should not be allowed to annex any sovereign nation's part, and that is wrong. Otherwise, everybody will, all the strong person will attack the weak one and create a big chaos in the world. So I think world has to run very systemically, very methodically, and with some kind of understanding and rules and regulations, you know.
Absolutely. So as we move towards the concluding part of our conversation today, and I recollect I was looking for the full form of PFI, and that is People Front of India. That is how they named themselves. But moving towards new beginning, as we are very close to Deepavali also, and we'll have some specials coming for our viewers down the line. Your parting words from today's this week with Padmashri Dr. Sandeep Parekh.
Well, dear friends, we are in now kind of months of festivities and festivals. Currently, we are in Navratra, which is very important festival for a lot of Indians, not only Gujarati, but in the Bengali and as well as in even South. Everyone celebrates Navratri in little different ways. And Navratri is really very auspicious days in our calendar. For example, yesterday it was the third day of the Navratri, and they say it happens only once in lifetime, not lifetime, once in generation in nakshatra. Those kind of nakshatra comes in the line, in the same line. So it's very auspicious. Yesterday was very auspicious day. And so, according to Veda, this is really, if you believe, whether you are believer or not, non-believer of this whole nakshatra and auspicious day and all those things, overall, these are the great days, good days, days to enjoy, and days to do, and days where you do a lot of pujas and prayers. And prayers and puja always have powers. So please remember that. Till then, I would like to say God bless America, God bless India, God bless Indian American, and till next week, we'll see you. Goodbye.